I never imagined the day would come when I'd look at my mother, the woman who once held me through every broken heart, and feel nothing but suspicion. That afternoon, I came home earlier than usual. The house was quiet, wrapped in the kind of silence that should feel comforting, familiar, but instead, it felt hollow. Office. The scent of warm vanilla drifted in from the kitchen. A half-drunk cup of coffee sat on the table, and my mother's floral shawl, the one she always wore when she stayed over, hung neatly on the back of the couch. David's car was in the driveway, but he wasn't in the living room, or the kitchen, or the backyard. Then I heard it, a laugh, soft, hushed, coming from upstairs, a man's voice, then a woman's, her voice. My heart stalled, then kicked into overdrive. No, it couldn't be. But deep down, I knew. Before I took the first step up that staircase, I already knew. The second-floor hallway stretched ahead like a tunnel. My bare feet made no sound against the hardwood floor as I crept closer to the guest room. The door was cracked open. Light spilled out, soft and golden, like nothing was wrong. But something was wrong. The moment I stepped closer, I heard it more clearly. The low murmur of David's voice. Then my mother's unmistakable laugh, husky and sweet. My stomach turned. My hand shook as I pushed the door open another inch. And then I saw them. Not naked, not caught in the act, but close enough. He sat on the edge of the bed, shirtless, his back toward me. She stood in front of him, one hand on his cheek, the other resting gently on his chest. Intimate, familiar, too familiar. I didn't make a sound. I just stood there, watching, breaking. I didn't scream, didn't shout. I simply walked away, down the stairs, out the front door, into the cold breath of late autumn air. My mind was a blur of images, her hand on his chest, his face tilted up toward hers, my mother, my husband. The betrayal was so absurd it almost felt fictional, like I was watching someone else's life crumble. I sat in my car for an hour, maybe two, staring at the steering wheel, breathing, not breathing. I didn't cry, not yet, but something inside me shifted, a crack forming across the surface of who I thought I was, who I thought they were. When I finally drove away, I didn't know where I was going, only that I couldn't go back, not yet. The next morning, I didn't answer their calls, not David's, not hers. I turned off my phone and stayed at a small bed and breakfast outside town, the kind with floral wallpaper and lace curtains and too many porcelain cats on the windowsills. It felt safe in a way that home no longer did. I stared at the ceiling all night, replayed every conversation, every hug, every moment when I had trusted them both. How long had it been going on? Was it a one-time mistake? Or had they been lying to me for months, years? The questions clawed at my throat, but worse than the questions was the silence. On the third day, I went back. They were waiting, together. My mother sat on the couch like it was any other Sunday. David stood in the kitchen, hands in his pockets, eyes shadowed with shame. "Sophia," she started. I held up a hand. "Don't." They both fell silent. I looked at her first. The woman who gave me life. The woman I adored. The woman who taught me to braid my hair and make tea and trust my heart. "I needed my mother," I whispered, "and you became the other woman." Her eyes welled with tears, but I didn't care. Then I turned to David. My voice didn't shake. "You had a choice, and you chose her." He opened his mouth, closed it again. "Good." I packed a single bag. I didn't cry, I didn't rage, I didn't scream. I just folded my things neatly like I was going on vacation. When I reached the front door, David followed me. "Sophia, please, don't walk away like this." I turned slowly. "You betrayed your wife," I said, "with her own mother." He flinched. It was a mistake. I smiled. Number it was a choice. Then I walked out. I stayed with a friend for a few weeks. I saw a therapist. I went on walks. I wrote letters I never sent. Grief, I learned, is not just for death. It's for the death of what you thought your life would be. I grieved the home I built, the trust I gave, the family I thought I had. But slowly, piece by piece, I came back to myself. Not the woman who forgave too easily, not the woman who kept the peace at her own expense, but the woman who finally said, "Enough." I saw my mother once more, months later, at a grocery store. She looked older, smaller. Her eyes met mine and filled with tears instantly. "Sophia," she breathed, "I'm so sorry." I nodded once. "I know," I said. And then I walked away. Because some things break so deeply, they can't be rebuilt. And some silences say more than words ever could. Life doesn't always offer neat conclusions. Sometimes what we lose isn't just love. It's trust. It's the foundation we thought would never crack. But in the rubble of betrayal, we rediscover ourselves. No longer the one who breaks easily, but the one who chooses to walk away stronger. If you've ever felt broken by someone you trusted, know this: you are not alone. And sometimes, silence speaks louder than any goodbye. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this. See you in the next video.